The Whyte Avenue Art Walk, we're our 26th anniversary of putting 400 or 500 artists out on the avenue painting and drawing for 3 days in July. This year it's different, we're bringing it indoors. We're at Army and Navy, it's 25,000 square feet and 50 or 60 artists every weekend. Every weekend it's a different setup, so it's quite an adventure this year. Wow, we have artists from all levels of experience. Some of them have been making art for 20 years, some just started a couple years ago. It is a non-juried event, so if you're brave enough to show your art, you can come out to the Art Walk. Oh, the Art Walk is a wonderful touch point where first-time artists can meet first-time buyers. So as much as I'm happy about how we've helped artists, I also think we're growing that patron of the arts as well, that they get to come out, talk to the artist, ask questions, learn a bit more about their technique and their style and the genre, all of that stuff. So when they take art home, they're not just buying something that matches their sofa, but they have a conversation piece that they can talk about. So that connection between artist and patron is so alive at the festival. I think what I love is that the artists have a purpose, the artists have a place to exhibit, and I also love the camaraderie between the artists that are meeting each other for the first time, or longtime friends. They've done the Art Walk together for 10 years, and it's like a big homecoming. So our first Art Walk this year, which we got back into after not really doing one last year, that camaraderie, that coming together of sharing your work, talking about your challenges, talking about your inspiration, talking about networking, that little bit of community was so essential to artists.
So for these, just all of these little guys, I use acrylic paint and I apply it very, very thickly with a little squeeze bottle. And so I apply each and every little glob to kind of create these patterns and this floral design. And as time went on, I began to do basically the same thing with ceramics. I created the texture here with liquid clay, and then glazing over it creates this cool texture effect. I love getting to meet other artists, talk to other artists. It's just, everybody is so friendly. Everyone's so willing to kind of like give each other tips, let us know if our setup looks good, and it's just great to get to admire the stuff that everybody does, because everyone has these unique strengths and it's just lovely to see. Absolutely, the Art Walk has a big impact on the arts community here, because it's just like a very accessible event, and tons of people can come and just appreciate art and see how many awesome, talented people there are in the city. Even if they can't necessarily purchase it, it's just great for it to be out in a public space and people can sell their art, and that's great because you can't sell it if nobody's looking at it. So it's great, I love it.
So this one here is oil, an oil painting, but I mainly work in watercolor. And so everything else you see here is watercolor today.
I think it's a nice thing to have. I think it's nice to kind of group together artists that maybe don't have the resources or time or space to have a whole gallery all the time, because that takes a lot of time and effort. To kind of group them all together and make it a special event. Yeah, there definitely was one thing. There was a polar bear in one of the ones there, a kind of blue and pink polar bear, and it was really nice. I kind of have my eye on that one. I'm not sure how it'll go, but there are definitely some really, I think there's something for everybody, right? There's so many different styles and also sizes, right? Not everyone has a lot of wall space. There are small things too, but I definitely like that polar bear. I like the nature things, being in Edmonton, I think that nature connection is important.
And it's really special to actually see the patrons come in and look at your work and react to your work, hold your work. You see that sort of emotional connection that sometimes people have with the art that you don't necessarily get if you're just posting your work on Instagram or Facebook and people give you a like or whatever on it. It's different when you see how people actually react to what you put your heart and soul into.
So the Whyte Avenue Art Walk is in the old Army and Navy building. It's on the corner of Whyte Avenue and Calgary Trail, 25,000 square feet. So this building will get torn down and a big development's going to go up. But for this summer, we're filling it with art. I'm running every weekend from July 11th right to August 1st. So every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Fridays are evenings from 5 until 8, and Saturday, Sundays run 10 to 5. So every weekend until August 1st.